Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we are deep diving once again back into the biggest investment stories that probably everyone is talking about right now, and that is Rocket Lab. I think we talked about this like late July last year, but we're going to be talking about it again because it hit one of the fresh record highs of the stocks, nearly $96 per share. But at the time of recording, it is $87 roughly per share. So we're going to explain what's driving the surge, what's going to be looking out for in 2026, and we're going to be talking about the new delivery of the Hungry Hippo fairing, which could see the next generational rocket that's going to take Rocket Lab to even new highs. So as you can see on the chart I've got here, there is 99.76 just to show the where the line is for that. And as you can see just below it, it hit over $96 per share, which to me, that's quite a good set for a stock that was probably trading probably around, I think, $7 in 2023, 2024. Could be wrong, but I know it was very low, roughly in that terms of price range. And it's been on an incredible run, as we can see. So it's pushing all-time highs for investor interest, especially in space companies continue to grow with everyone talking about them. Now, this rally has been supported by the strong launch execution, and it definitely launched another one as well in the next coming days, I believe. I think there's another launch coming up for a Korean company. So the share price move reflects significant gains over the past years, with the performance capturing the attentions of both retail and institutional investors alike. Because if they're going to keep launching rockets that don't blow up, of course everyone's going to be jumping on it. And I think we're all waiting for the next generational rocket for Rocket Lab and see what it can really do for the company. So let's jump onto it. The Hungry Hippo, we are all jumping on, seeing where it is, how far away from the launch pad it is. And here is one of the photos of the Hungry Hippo. And it's one of the key developments during the driving excitement as well for Rocket Labs because it's nearly at the launch site. And it isn't really just any part. It's the world's first design built for Rocket Lab upcoming Neutron rocket. I do apologise if I butcher it. As you all know, I am bad with English. And unlike traditional rocket fairings that are jettisoned and lost during flight, as you can see, normally SpaceX, they normally come apart and you lose them. But the Hungry Hippo is designed to stay attached and return with the first stage. So this looks like improving reusability. So it's going to be able to be reused, which means lower launch costs, faster turnarounds, and stronger competition with bigger space launch companies. Because if Rocket Lab's going to be reusing the Hungry Hippo and other companies are having to build new parts, of course, why would you go for the most expensive way of launching a rocket? You go for the cheaper company, which would be Rocket Lab. Now, this fairing has already completed qualification tests and is now being prepared for integration ahead of Neutron's debut launch expected in 2026. We're not quite sure when, but I think people are saying it's early 2026. But when there's news on it, of course, everyone will be jumping and waiting to see how successful it will be. Now, what does Neutron mean for Rocket Lab? Well, it's a major strategic shift for Rocket Lab because it's moving beyond its smaller Electron launcher, which is going into now medium lift reusable market. Neutron is designed to compete with large rockets by offering over 13,000 kg capacity and bringing reusable first stage to commercial customers. Now, the next generational vehicle is expected not to expand just Rocket Lab's payload capabilities, but also open doors to national security and larger commercial contracts, like sectors that normally traditional go into like SpaceX or ULA. Well, the Hungry Hippo fairing delivery marks a significant milestone on that path and shows progress towards the launch window in 2026. Now, why are investors bullish? Well, analysts and investors have mixed optimistic views on Rocket Lab heading into 2026. Now, they have been ever since, pretty much, for the last 2 or 3 years, and now look at the stock, it's gone up nearly 300%. But let's just go into like a few reasons why. So the bullish reasons is because continued growth in launch contracts, missions, including new satellite developments and missions, delivery of the key technology, like Hungry Hippos, which is a milestone that is moving from concept towards reality, and also expansion into defence contracts, which is national security space work, increasing long-term revenue, which is a very good indeed. And of course, leadership in small to medium lift rocket market, which is good. Now, of course, as you can see, there is some risks, which is it's still not consistently profitable. The margins remain pressured by RAD and infrastructure cost, and some analysts see the stock as fairly valued at current highs. So, with future upside depending heavily how successful Neutron program will be. Now, there is a few others if you want to have a look, which I haven't spoken out loud, but it's on the screen. You can feel free to have a look. While I'll finish off with the people that market forecasts. So a lot of people are looking at the forecast for this year. So some people are going very bullish, some are actually gone very more conservative. Now, some are suggesting, on the average anyway, that there's going to be a limited short-term upside to probably a more optimistic target if Neutron milestones are successful later this year. So I don't see it going any further until we see Neutron, and I agree with that. I think at the minute it's doing what it's doing best, and that is 100% launch in electrons. No crashes, no blow-ups. Everything's going well. But Neutron is going to be a whole different story. Hungry Hippo, whole different story. We don't know how good and how bad this is going to be. But I don't think it's going to be that bad. But I'd like to see in person before I go any further and add into the stock, or putting it more into my portfolio in terms of weight. Because as much as I love the company and I believe they're doing a very good job, they could do really well and the smallest thing could break and it couldn't even be their fault. So you don't really know what's going to happen or what to expect. And let's jump onto what to expect in 2026. So, like we've already covered, so I kind of done what probably the milestones will be. I'm hoping in Q1, probably Q2, we're going to see the first launch or test launch in terms of, and then the Neutron rocket launch, because any further, any later, people are going to get worried because they're going to say it was supposed to be, I think, late 2025 that we're supposed to get a test launch. Didn't get it. No, got pushed back into Q1. So I think we're all waiting to see what it's going to be like. But if it go any further, then I don't think it will. It'll be great for the stock because I think everybody will get worried. Now, at the minute, it's currently expected, I think, in some time in Q1 or Q2. This will be a major catalyst. This will be, if it's successful, it's going to unlock revenue streams in a whole different way and hopefully turn this company into a profitable stock. Contract expansion is very good as well. The growing backlog of launches for commercial and government customers, so it should keep the revenue going. But I'd like to see the backlog actually being knocked down a little bit. So with Neutron, hopefully they'll get more money coming through because they'd be doing more contracts and more launches very quickly. And operating performance, I kind of like to see with the works of the scales and the launches and the systems, if they're going to be doing a lot more, hopefully improvements in profitability will also come. So hopefully it will sustain stock in the long term. So there you have it. That is Rocket Lab. It's firing on all cylinders as we speak, with record stock performance, major technology milestones, and with Hungry Hippo under its belt and big ambitions for 2026. But remember, space investing is a high reward and a high risk. So execution in real hardware is everything. So I hope you guys did enjoy. And what do you think? Could Neutron first flight send Rocket Lab even higher? Well, drop your predictions down below in the comments. And if this was successful and you guys really enjoyed it and it was helpful for you, then of course hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and please turn on the notifications so you don't miss out on future content. But if you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.